My name's Scott Freethy. I was an addict for many years. And then in 2015, I finally got sober and building my life back since then. It was Thomas Cook gave me all the information I needed, everything I needed to do to get the correct paperwork. Pretty much the day he gave it to me, I have my case number now. It's been filed according to the letter. I'll go through an investigation, more information as needed. They'll have to take a vote on it. And even though the letter it stated, this is a very long process. As far as getting a job, I'm very fortunate to have the career I have now. It's been brought up every time I've had an interview or, a background check for a position. And I just have to tell people, hey, like this happened, years ago. It doesn't represent who I am today. A couple months ago, I was asked to go overseas for a work trip. And the first thought was like, is there going to be trouble when I actually land in another country? Are they going to give me an issue? Because I know, like Canada, they can deny you at the border. It happens quite frequently with people with, felonies or even a criminal record in general. But even relationships with my girlfriend now, her parent, everyone has access to the internet. They could just type in my name. You could see my complete history, and they were kind of like, "Oh, you sure you wanna keep seeing this guy?" And I mean, we're almost 5 years later. So getting a pardon for me would mean, being a normal person again. I wouldn't have to worry about background checks. I wouldn't have to worry about, traveling right down to booking an Airbnb. I'd be able to do that again, and just not have that weight on my shoulders, not have that constant, thought of, can I do this? Is this going to be a problem? Because it doesn't affect me. It affects, family as well when it comes down to traveling or just anything really.
My name is Patrick Coleman. The process has been much easier than I thought. Barriers I've faced are more, I would say, personal rather than professionally. I've been turned down for some jobs. I think it's more of like a fear in my own mind because knowing that it may come up when applying for jobs. I've gone to three colleges for my associates, bachelor's and master's, and each one I've had to kind of jump through hoops to show what my charges were and write essays on how I've changed. Also, I'm a licensed substance abuse counselor in the state of Virginia. And throughout that process, I also had to do quite a bit of extra work in like retrieving my old records and writing specific essays based on how my life has changed since then. So it's added extra work and it's added a lot of fear on my end in terms of, is this school going to accept me with this on my record? My family has always wanted me to do it for years. My dad he's currently got cancer. Hunting is like what brings the family together. And it's always killed me that I haven't been able to like join him in doing that. It's him and my brother's thing, and I kind of can either just go and sit there or I just can't go at all. So it will be nice to be able to like spend that time with my dad as he's going through this process. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get out and experience that with him again because I know how much it would mean to him. For me, I work within substance use community, and my charges are related to substance use. And I think it's really big to be able to show people that these things are possible, that we can overcome completely and change our lives. And to be able to prove that and give people hope is one of the main things of why I seek it.
How did I hear about the Pardon Project? I actually worked for treatment court advocacy, and so a lot of outreach stuff I would work with would come through, and I saw it on the desk, and I was giving it to one of my clients, and I said, why don't I put in for this? There's jobs that I didn't get because my background, people looked at and they didn't see it as how many years ago it was. They just saw it was the fact that I had marks on my record in the past. The other thing I did is I coached my children in soccer and in other sports, and I had to go through a whole long process just to get approved to do that. I'm trying to live a better life today. and I'm always looking to advance in my career. To move forward, it would be nice to not have to worry about what a background check is going to do. For example, I applied for a job where I would have been in a CRS for adolescents. We advocate, we search for resources, we try to do whatever we can to help people in addiction transition into not only the recovery process, but into the new life process. And when that pulled up with my background, you can only imagine what I had to go through to try to get the clearance on that, to show that, this is who I am now. I've been working with Tom. Tom's been great. And he's been helping me through a lot of what, I was confused with a lot of stuff, or how to go through the process. And Tom's been really great working with me and guided me through it. And for anybody that's listening, that's in my situation, the past doesn't have to be, a permanent, and it doesn't have to be the end of the line. There's always hope for a future. And as long as we stay on the right path and do the right thing, then that hope becomes more a reality for us.